Tom Schrupp, physical therapist.
I'm Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
That's right. In our opinion,
In
of
our
course.
opinion, of course.
What's the topic today, Bob?
Today, and actually this is a timely topic, we're going to try to help you make a decision as to whether or not your knee pain or knee arthritis is bad enough that you should go in and have a knee replacement. We get this question all the time, don't you, Brad?
You bet. Yeah.
And actually the last person to ask me this was my mother. And it's time.
Yeah.
And I just had a wedding. My daughter just got
Oh,
married.
that's right.
And I had brought my mother out to her seat, and then we realized she had new pictures yet. I could just see the look in her face, like, oh my God, you mean I have to walk back to, you know? And
Did you have to go up a couple steps too? Or?
She had to go up a couple steps, and she looked like I had just asked her to walk the death walk. I mean,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's time for her.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, it's just trying to get around and
Sure.
walking has just become too painful. But we put together a list of 10 things. So let's start them off, huh? Number one, you're unable to complete normal daily tasks without help.
Yeah.
I mean, you went from being independent to now dependent, and and most people that's very difficult to
Right.
do.
In other words, a lot of times it's up and down steps hurts more. You know, if you can hardly get up and down the steps without really grabbing onto that rail, or you're using a cane. You went from no cane to a cane and really struggling.
Well, it could
with
be
the
things
cane.
like gardening. You
Sure,
can't garden.
right.
You can't just do normal tasks. You can't pick stuff off the floor. You know that, and that's
Walking.
actually another one that. Let's jump. The pain keeps you from walking or bending over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, self-explanatory. You have significant pain daily. Now, we often use the pain scale, 0 to 10. 0 is no pain.
Mhm.
10 is the worst pain imaginable, so we hope most people don't get up in that range. 2 to 3 is mild pain, 4 to 5 is moderate pain, 6 to 7 is severe pain, 8 to 9 is very severe pain. This is very personal for people, but I would say significant pain would be at least probably in that 4 to 5 range, would you say, Brad? I suppose maybe 3 would
You know, it
be a
depends
lot.
how consistent. Is it just a couple hours a day, or does it drag on throughout the whole day? You know, all those factors come into play.
And sticking with the theme of pain, if you have pain at night, despite taking medication yet, it's getting close to being time too, wouldn't you say?
Sure, yeah,
I mean, pain,
all night long.
so that's another thing. You should have tried some non-surgical approaches here first before you try surgery. I often recommend that you should at least be trying a cane.
Yeah,
A ca-
unload it,
Yeah,
take some weight
it's
off of it.
amazing how much a cane can make a difference.
Yeah.
And not carry, if you're a woman or even I guess a man, you're not carrying a heavy purse or merce, is that what they call a man purse?
Yeah,
Because that extra weight, every extra pound you put on that knee is putting extra stress on it.
sure.
So, we're kind of veering off here, but yeah, if you want to make sure you've tried the things such as medications and things before you go to surgery. The pain doesn't stop when you rest. That's another thing. If it just keeps going on, you know, there's a lot of people that I know that have pain when you walk and it stops when they sit down. You can live with that,
Yeah.
but when it keeps going on, even when you stop, then it's a lot worse. If you're suffering side effects from the medication you're taking,
Right, yeah.
you know, a lot of those, like, I don't know if they still even recommend naproxen, very hard on your stomach, a lot of these things.
Sure,
And
right.
you start getting problems like that. You don't want to develop another problem because of your knee problem. If you've had x-rays and it shows the arthritis or other damage, what do they call it? Bone on bone, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it's getting close to being time.
sure. Although, you know, what we're saying here is, your doctor's gonna make the final decision. You know, I mean, if you answer yes to all these, and you go to see the doctor and say, well, it's time because I answered yes to all these questions by the famous physical therapist, it may not be time.
Although
You
I've
gotta have
found,
it confirmed.
have you seen this many times? I've seen it where people have had x-rays, and they've had x-rays of both knees. Both knees are bad.
Mhm.
One looks worse than the other on the x-ray,
Yeah.
but the other one hurts more.
Yeah, I just had a woman
Yeah,
with
that
that.
happens all the
Exactly.
time to us, and they end up doing the one that hurts more.
Yeah, right.
That's what I've found. So it's not always by appearances on the x-rays. And I would say the final reason, or one of the couple final reasons is, if you're medically healthy now, you know, the whole concern is that you're gonna have the knee surgery, knee replacement soon, and let's say you're in your 60s, and the knee replacement lasts 10, 15, 20 years,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have to do it again.
Right.
That's what they're trying to avoid. So they're trying to make sure they're as old as possible, but if you wait too long, you might not be medically able to handle the surgery.
Sure.
And
Right.
I've seen that happen many times.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I just read an article, a research article, that it is possible to wait too long. That sometimes if you wait too long, the motion's really, you lost a lot of motion, that the benefits of the surgery are less than if you would have had the surgery
The
earlier.
rehab results are not as
Yeah,
good.
the rehab results are not as good. So I would say the final thing is that you're just sick of it. That's what I hear a lot of people, they just go, I'm just tired of it, I've been putting up with this for so long.
Right.
And, the vast majority of the ones that we see do very well.
Right,
Wouldn't you agree with
absolutely,
that?
yeah, and especially they've come up with a new procedure in the last couple of years, the incision's smaller,
Mhm.
and the hardware has changed. The first couple of weeks is not real fun.
No, it's
but
not.
Once you get past that, how many people said, God, I wish we would have done it years
Yeah.
ago?
It's like having a child with delivery, you forget the pain,
Yeah.
because there is a fair amount of pain.
Right,
I'm not gonna,
right. But, the pain meds do pretty well.
that's right, they have the happy medication, so.
Pain med and ice.
So, and Brad, we can fix just about anything, right?
Exactly, but there's one thing we have a hard time with.
And that's a broken heart. I don't know why we even say that, but have a good day, guys.
Thank you.